of uh, the Korean video or whatever. So, uh, so let's wait. I'm waiting for people to get back on. Okay, I'm waiting for people to get back on. So. Okay, y'all are on. Who's on? Let me know so I can continue where I left off. Whatever. Let's see. All right. Who's on? Let's see. Okay, if y'all ain't know, this is my name is Specialist Story. I go by Airman Specialist Story on my channel. I try to post military related stuff for new people, whether that be reserve stuff that I've been through, active duty stuff that I've done, combat engineer stuff I've done, supply stuff I've done, or any other activities I've done while in the military, such as see what four-wheeling, white water rafting. Did a little bit of Taekwondo, I think, Korean Taekwondo. But I've been trying. I ain't been posting in a while. I've been busy with work, my military life. What would y'all like to know? So, but remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Especially when I go live, I try to engage with my audience. I feel it's better to go live to engage with my audience than make a straight video and post it. Let's see. Y'all can comment what y'all want to talk about. I'm open for discussions. Oh, okay. Are you planning on enlisting, going in as a combat engineer? What are you trying to do? Because then I could give you more advice whether you're going in, thinking about going in. Are you going in? thinking about it. Which is it? Or are you already in? I do post videos. I have posted videos in the past about combat engineering. Uh, ooh, I'm sorry on that one. Yeah, medical shit can be a bitch. Be careful on that shit. Especially, so with the medical shit, if you're like, say, ADHD, or have depression or shit like that, try to make sure that you can, to see if you can go, like a year or two off medication for ADHD. ADHD ain't a disqualifying factor anymore, but you can't be on any medications when you enlist, or a year prior to enlisting. It can be hard. I'll tell you right now, and when you go through basic, it is mostly mental game. You just gotta have a strong mentality, because I've seen a lot of people that break down because they're not mentally there. I come from a military family, so I can handle the fucking yelling in my face. They don't do that anymore, but I can handle you yelling and shit like that, or shit getting stressful. I can handle that shit. I don't want to ask you really what medical shit you got to get cleared. It could be a number of things roughly. It just depends. Believe it or not, when I tried to re-enlist, when I went back into the military, into the for Army anyway, I almost got DQ'd. You don't want that, and it was almost medical stuff. You don't want that. So basically what I got DQ'd from was my range of motion for my hands. I can't fully turn them flat. I don't know if you can see, but I can't fully flatten them out like that. So medical, that's a hard one. That's probably the hardest part of MEPS or enlisting, is going through medical. Make sure you're cleared for medical. Make sure you have all your documents and shit like that. So how far are you in your medical process? Have you gotten cleared yet for medical? Because I know medical can be a bitch. At MEPS, I don't know if you've been through it yet, which is, MEPS is Military Entrance Processing Station. Yeah, let's go with that. You'll, for medical, the only thing that's, I can't speak on the female side because I'm not a female, but for the males, I can speak on that. Make sure you're when you go through MEPS, because I've seen people do it on accident, not on purpose, on accident. Make sure you're wearing fucking drawers, because you're gonna be doing some stuff with just your drawers on. So you're gonna strip down all the way to your drawers. Make sure you have some drawers that are good and that hold all your shit together, if you know what I mean. But they'll have you do the duck walk, which I think is stupid. They'll have you check your height and weight. Try not to, when you do that, when they check your height and weight, do not, I advise you, you're going to be hungry, but it's going to be beneficial in the long run. Do not eat or drink anything for dinner, or the day of and the night before. Do not drink any or eat anything before you go to MAPS in that morning, so that way you can make height and weight. They may tape you also. My advice to you, when they tape you, to try to suck in as much of your stomach as possible, because I never make height and weight, but I always make tape. Because I have enough to, granted I'm kind of fat now, but when I do height and weight, I always suck my shit in. There's that. There's also at MAPS where you gotta get on your knees and then try to rock yourself to get back up. That was challenging for me. And then you'll do basically your range of motion. What kill count are you talking about? Shit, I ain't got. No one wants to talk about their kill counts, even if they have any. That's something we don't like talking about. Yeah, we don't like talking about a lot of it. That's why we have such a dark humor. Oh, shit. Like I said, for you, Tusito, when you do tape and measurement or whatever, if they tape you, suck your shit in. And you might get a waiver for MAPS, for medical, on your height, on your weight, but suck your shit in, your gut in when they do tape, because that's the secret to make body fat percentage. Also, like I said, do not try not to eat anything heavy or anything at all prior the night before and the day of going through MAPS, because yeah. I understand that, especially if you're like stocky built like me, you don't look as heavy as you are. Like I said, try to suck your stuff in, see if you can get a waiver. Maybe you could possibly get a waiver. It just depends on the chain of command in your recruiting unit or recruiting location. Because for males, I believe you gotta be like 175 or 170 or 175, somewhere around there. is your, well, hold on. For my height, I'm 5'8". I gotta be like 175. I'm not 175 anymore. So, oh, thoughts on Nerf Kingdom says thoughts of North Korea. Where are you from? First of all, you from? Oof. Okay. I don't know about Finland, so, but are you thinking about coming to the U.S. and enlisting in the military here? I mean, it's a great way to get your citizenship real quick, or semi-quick. But yeah, it's an easy, quick way to get your citizenship. How old are you? Because I advise you, try to get in before you're 20. That way, if you want to enlist in the military, in the U.S. military anyway, whether that be Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Space Force, now Coast Guard. I wish I was able to do this, but shit happened in my life that prevented me from going in. I wanted to go in at 17, right at 17, but shit happened in my life. I wasn't able to go in originally at 17. But I advise you to go in, I'd say before 20. That way, whatever branch you go into, after 20 years, which you'll be 40 under 40, you can retire after 20 years. So you can collect the retirement check once you hit 40. So yeah, which is nice, believe it or not. I mean, not very many, as far as I know, in the U.S. anyway. Not a lot of jobs or careers allow you to retire that early. Pretty much right after, if you started right after high school, or right during high school, whichever comes first. If you don't mind me asking, Nerf Kingdom, what if you do decide to go in to the U.S. military, what branch are you thinking about doing? Because I have experience. I have experience in going through Air Force basic, Air Force training, whatever, and Army basic training. So I have, in total, I have 4 years of service. Well, I'm coming up on my 4 years, technically. Overall. They don't tell you this. The Air Force has its own community college, and you get college credits. Granted, you get a little bit of college credit in the Army for completing basic training and shit like that, but you actually get equivalent to associate's degree, if not close to it, in the Air Force, once you complete, depending on how long your training is for your job, you can get an associate's degree through the Air Force with through the CCAF, which is Community College of the Air Force. Yeah, I know, right? The Air Force is the only branch that has a community college. Not only the academy option, which I wouldn't recommend. Starting out, but because that's a bunch of hoops you have to go through too if you want to go to the academy, which is in Colorado Springs, Fort Carson area. It's a nice academy. I've been to it because Fort Carson, where I'm at, where my home station is in Carson, which is like maybe literally down the 10-minute drive to the Air Force Academy. But not only that, the Air Force has its own, of course, the Academy has its own community college, which is accredited college. And so, yeah. And then you'll get literally, I don't have it with me right now, I don't think. But yeah, subscribe to my channel and like it and comment. I'm trying to get at least 1,000 subscribers. Have a little over halfway there. Like, I'm already hit my 500 mark, so but yeah, military does give you a bunch of benefits, honestly. Note, I'm not gonna lie to you. This, speaking from experience, military does kind of subconsciously or sublimatively, I can't say that word right, brainwash you in a way, especially during basic. So but yeah, you can subscribe to my channel. I have like 300 videos or so, 200 to 300 videos related to military stuff. I play every now and then. I'll do a stream on for COD or CODM. The brainwashing. I mean, like, they instill in your head stuff that you don't realize, habits you do until you do them. Some of the shit some of the stuff that they, some of the stuff, they instill you don't realize it. Like, they make you do shit a certain way. Attention to detail, you'll hear that shit a lot. They'll they'll teach you how to march, walk, and shit like that. And you'll get, when you hear certain phrases or whatever in the military, and then you hear them you'll hear, a brainwashing thing that I experienced was that, um, at least when I was on the reserve side, that when I would go to work for my civilian job, I'd always say, I caught myself keep saying Roger and military jargon a lot. Like, you'll get brainwashed to say a lot of the military jargon, a lot of the acronyms and shit like that. And people would be like, what did you just say? And you'd be like, oh, this means blah, 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 blah. You might tend to curse a lot more while you're in, or you'll develop a dark sense of humor if you ain't already had one. Like, you'll laugh at shit that's not supposed to be funny, but it is. So my job in the military, the Army, this will get, another thing is, when you see a veteran, a military veteran, right, do not ask them, were you in the Army? At least a U.S. military service member. Do not ask them, were you in the Army? Because, at least for me anyway, too, I served in more than one branch. And people tend to, especially people that have been in other branches, tend to get pissed off when you automatically say, were you in the Army? The better thing to ask them is, were you or are you in the military? There are signs to tell if somebody's in the military or not. For me, it was kind of easy. I come from a military long family, so I knew a lot of the signs and shit like that. That's another thing. You'll do habits that you never would have done on the civilian side. Like for me, one of the habits I started doing once I got it, after a while being in the military, I put my watch on my left hand because I'm right-handed, and face it inward. You'll see this a lot for military service members. Due to the fact is, the reason why they do it is because one, when you're firing your weapon, right, with a regular watch anyway, not a smartwatch, with a regular watch or a watch display that's always on, you'll be able to look at the glance over at the time. You won't have to worry about trying to rotate your wrist and see what time it is and losing that sight picture. And then also, when it's facing inward, it makes it where it doesn't reflect the sun off, so it doesn't give away your position if you're fighting in combat against a adversary. So my job, I don't know if I've said this in part one, but my job in the military currently is a 92 Yankee, which is 92Y. They use the military phonetic alphabet, so it's not A, B, C, D. It's Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. That will be brainwashed in your head. But my job as a 92 Yankee is a supply specialist. It's kind of like a resource management position. That's the best civilian term I can think of, is a resource management position or logistics management position. It is, but my original MOS was a 12 Bravo supply which was a 12B. It's called Bravo, which was a combat engineer. I'm going to tell you right now, do not expect to get sniper elite right off the bat. You're not going to get it right off the bat. Yeah, it can happen for the shining off, give away your position, and you don't want that. You want to try to be concealed as much as possible. And in general, the military will open your eyes to certain things, especially all the shit that's going on with the mass shootings and shit like that. You'll get brainwashed so much that it'll be subconsciously, you'll subconsciously react to how you were trained, and it's not intentional. Like for me and my best friend I've known for about 15 years, let's say 15 years. Knew him since I was in 2nd grade. I don't know who that is. But yeah, you're not gonna get sniper school right off the bat, or a sniper job right off the bat. I'll tell you that right now. You might get airborne, or yeah, you probably could get airborne. Like 80% possibility of getting airborne. I'm trying to get. I want to go to airborne school too. Oh, okay. But yeah, I'm trying to go airborne to school also. You can get points for it. Oh, yes, Sapper School. If you go in as a 12 Bravo or 11 Charlie, yeah, bridge crew member, or 12 Bravo, which is combat engineer, basically 2 engineer jobs. I was thinking about doing Sappers training, but I don't want to do it. I want to do airborne. Yeah, I wouldn't try to shoot for sniper school or whatever it's called. Honestly, you're going to let yourself down doing that. But yeah, when I was in OSET for 12 Bravo, they came and were asking people if they wanted to do Sapper School right after OSET or right during OSET, and there were some people that did it. I'm not sure if they passed or not, but they were able to do it. Sapper School is more in-depth engineer shit. Like I said, you're more likely to get it if you're already doing engineer shit. It's like that's basically the engineers special engineer school. I mean, to answer your question on can you swear or cuss, yes and no. In basic, not really. You're not. They don't want you to, really. Shit, even the drill sergeants can't even curse anymore, which is stupid. But once you like get out basic and shit, it's you can curse. Just make sure it doesn't offend anybody. Like, oh yeah. I understand. Well, I understand. Like, when you go through basic training, it depends. It's really up to your how your drill sergeant or MPI is, or your or whatever branch you go into. It depends on that. So that's another thing you'll end up having is a fucking you'll develop not having a filter whatsoever. But yeah. So in basic training, at least, this is only during basic shit. When I went through basic, I did work with the opposite sex, but they did have their own separate barracks or whatever. The females had their own separate barracks and the males did, but we still worked together as far as like did everything together, like basic training, PT, or AIT portion, test school, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, you will work. There's more and more females joining the military now, so you will work with like there was a whole, if all the females there was enough females in my company to form maybe a half a platoon size group or whatever. So yeah, you will work with them. Do not try not to during basic. You don't want to try to form a relationship. Like, okay, sorry about that. My phone kind of fucked up a little bit. But yeah, you don't want to try to form an intimate relationship with them, because that could set you up for a shark case, which you don't want that. A shark case is like a sexual harassment case. It could be restricted. It could be pretty bad sometimes. But I have seen people form relationships in basic and shit, and it actually working out. It just depends on the individuals. You just gotta be careful who you are around, and make sure you have a battle buddy. Yeah, I mean, you'll still work with them, just make sure you have. They're gonna enforce this to you when you're in basic or OSIT, whatever. Make sure you have a battle buddy. Whether that, and it's got to be the same gender or sex as you. So it's got to be like 2 males or 2 females. The only time it can be the opposite battle buddy set. The opposite sex for a battle buddy is if it's 3 people, like 2 males, 1 female, 2 females, 1 male. But I never see that really happen at all. Rarely, ever. I've always seen, well, maybe a few times I've seen with the 3 battle buddy system, but it's always been 2 for me. Two males or 2 females, 1 or 2. If you're going through Army basic training or whatever, hold on. Do not, I repeat, for Army basic training, do not, I cannot stress it enough, it would behoove you to not call a drill sergeant sir or ma'am. They will chew your ass out. They may smoke you for it. It's for the drill sergeants. It's yes or no drill sergeant. Nothing more, nothing less. Or Roger, or you could say Roger drill sergeant. Yes, drill sergeant. Track and drill sergeant, but that's about it. So the only time you can say yet sir or ma'am in basic training is if you're talking to a commissioned officer, so a lieutenant all the way to a general, or you're talking to a civilian worker. That's the only time. Also, another tip and trick to do when you go to get issued boots, make sure your boots fit you decently. You can't always go by that foot scale thing that they have you do, because sometimes that's inaccurate. In my case, it was inaccurate. I'm flat-footed, so the way I walk, my feet widen as I walk. And I wore boots, cowboy boots, combat boots all my life. And so I know how it feels. They tried to give me, I think, a 9.5 regular size boot based off the scale. I told them, I was like, no, I can't, because if you don't get the right pair of boots that fit you decently, that ain't too tight or shit like that, you will, your feet will, it will be miserable for you and your feet. Like me, I told them I had to get a 10.5 wide or extra wide boot because of my feet. Because I knew I wore a 10.5. I didn't wear no 9 regular, even though the scale said I did, but I don't. Okay, why don't you retract your statement? But flat feet is not a disqualifying factor anymore. As long as you don't have any issues, like major issues with your feet, you're good. I have flat feet. I got in. It's not a disqualifying factor anymore. They changed that like 4 or 5 years ago. Same thing with ADHD. They changed that. It's not just as long as you're not on any psychotropic medications for a year. Let's see. Hey, give me Um, but yeah, flat feet's not a disqualifying factor anymore. You just gotta. You'll have to. You can't. Uh, you might have to run a little bit differently than other people, but it's not a factor, disqualifying factor anymore. So yeah, pretty much. Wait, what do you mean? Be normal in a way, and they got you. What do you mean by that? Okay, I'm back. Okay, sorry I'm not wearing my glasses, so it's kind of hard to see a little bit. Yeah, just make sure you ain't got no problems, major problems. Hold on, I'll be right back. Shit, I got pissed. I'll be right back. Fuck, sorry. Alright, people. I'm back. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. So, to the boots. These are... Okay, these are basically the same ones you'll get issued in basic training. Decent tread. Vent holes for air circulation. Sometimes doesn't really work. Also, a trick to do is to tie knots at the end of your shoelaces. That way, when you pull it out, they won't come out. But yeah, also, most of the time, they'll have you have the bar going over instead of under. So make sure you have that, or know how to do that, whatever. But yeah, these are my boots, my ones I got issued when I went active duty. They're pretty. Now, in basic training, depending on where you go or when you go, you'll get issued at the bare minimum 2 pairs of boots, and then I want to say 5 uniforms. 5 uniforms like this, or depending on when you go, is depending on what uniform they give you. Where it be these ones, which is the winners. I like the winners better, honestly, than the summers. Or the summers, they're a little bit lighter. And the pocket is button on this, like has a flap that buttons. I like the zipper shit. Also, the summers won't have the zipper thing. So I like that, and they don't have Velcro on them for the fastener, so I kind of like that better than the summers. Also, I don't have my original glasses. Oh, sorry. I don't have my original issue glasses that I got while I go through basic. The glasses are decent. I mean, you'll get a glass strap that you put on your glasses to keep them from falling off your face. It looks kind of silly, but it works. Trust me, it works. Especially the ones they issue you do not stay on your face easily. So yeah. Sometimes though, depending what your glasses look like, if they're regular ones like these, yes, they might allow you to wear them. They just gotta be black, navy blue, a solid dark color. And then, this is only for, this rule really only applies to basic training and shit like that. You cannot have transition glasses. These are transition glasses. If they weren't, say I'd go through basic again, I couldn't wear these because they were transitions. Now, if they weren't transitionals, I could possibly wear them because they meet everything else. They don't have. Make sure they don't have any freaking labeling, fancy label or whatever on the outside and stuff. And then what I've experienced with the issue glasses, they don't look as dorky as they used to, believe it or not. Like I said, I come from a military family, so I remember when my mom was in, I remember when she went through basic, they looked really bad, really dorky. You'll hear older service members call them BCGs or birth control glasses because they were goofy. You look like a straight up nerd. But yeah, they're not as bad as they used to be. But the only bad thing is with that, they're more cheaply made, if that makes sense. Yeah, basically, no, I like to sometimes call them the Steve Urkel glasses. They're not that big, but the old BCGs were close to Steve Urkel glasses. if you know what I mean. So yeah. What am I? Also, when you go through basic training, do not come there with a smartwatch. Alright? This Walmart watch, that's fine. They allowed this because it's camo. So, get you a cheap Walmart watch that you don't mind getting fucked up or whatever. Sorry, I don't have no filter. Because you're not going to be able to use a smartwatch. Get your regular basic digital watch. Like this at Walmart, like 15, 20 bucks, 10 to 20 bucks that I've spent at Walmart for this. Yeah. Because you're going to need a watch. You're going to need a watch during basic training. Also, when you're basic training, if you want to, when you get a normal size, this helped me out a lot. Because I was going to do it, but never got around to it. In basic, keep you a journal like every day if you can. It helps you look back at your memories that you did in basic, because you can't take pictures. But yeah, keep a journal. That's why I said get the, in my last video, in my part 1 video, I said to get a regular size notebook, like college ruled size, and then also get you one of these for taking notes, because you're going to take a lot of notes, and you need a small one because to carry in your pocket, because you're not going to have a book bag, or at least for the Army anyway. You're not going to have a book bag to carry that notebook, and you're going to have to put it in your pocket, your cargo pocket, or something. But yeah, with that, what, the notebooks and stuff? Oh, okay. Buy your shit before basic, before you ship out. Like one notebook, I'd say 3 of these pocket-sized notebooks, or the big, thicker one. I think the pocket-sized one is just fine. But like, at least 2 or 3 of these. Yes, get you your watch before basic, because it's going to be a little bit before you are able to shop at the PX. Make sure you have a fucking wallet. This is authorized. You can get this, if you can, go to a military store, military exchange or whatever, or store or whatever. Get you one of these. See, it basically has all that shit. It works for me. Because you don't need anything big. You don't want anything big and bulky for a wallet. You want something literally about the size of this. Right? Y'all see? It's about the same size. Also, get you stamps before you go. Get you envelopes before you go. You're going to need them. Also, you can have cough drops, but they gotta be sugar free. Get a lot of those. Or have your family send you a lot of them, because you're gonna need them or want them. That's candy in the for basic training. Cough drops, sugar free. Get the Luden brand, because they don't have that menthol aftertaste. Also, hold on. My drill sergeants allowed it, but I don't know how yours would be. Get your have your family send you like a 500, 200 count of ibuprofen, because you're gonna need it, especially during the ruck marches, because your feet will hurt, your body will hurt. You might need them during those rucks. Every 2 miles, take 2. If you're not used to it, because in basic, if you go to sick call, they're only giving you can only go sick call for ibuprofen every 30 days. They only give you 25 pills. You do the math, it doesn't work. Especially, you have to do a 2 mile, 4, 6, 8, and 12, and I think a 10 mile ruck. But your final ruck is a 12 mile. There's a lot of hills, both at Benning and at Leonardwood. So get ready to go up and down a lot of fucking hills. Some steep ass ones too, especially in Leonardwood. Also, if you're thinking about going in, whatever, before you go in, make sure, see if your family can sign up for Sandbox. It's basically an app where they can send you letters in the mail in one day. It's great. It doesn't cost that much. Let's see what else. Make sure you get familiar with military time. 24-hour time for you muggles, whatever. What else? Hygiene. I'd get a bar of soap because it's easier to manage. Get like 2 bars of soap. That should last you the 2 or 3 weeks. The 2 weeks at least. You're in reception, because they say reception's only a week long, but it tends to be a week and a half to 2 weeks long, depending on the situations. What else? Also, former currency. A good way to earn a little bit of money on the side in basic. Don't let the drill sergeants catch you doing this though, because it's kind of frowned upon, but you can do it. This is with the ibuprofen, people will ask for ibuprofen a lot. That's why I said have your family members, if your drill sergeants, have your family members send you like one bottle like this size to test out if your drill sergeants would allow it. You to have that much ibuprofen. Mine did. And cough drops. I would sell like cough drops for like $4 for $1, and then like 4 ibuprofens for like $2 to $5 because the demand was there. You can make. I made like $200 extra in straight cash the weeks I was in the 14 weeks I was in. So for basic. So yeah. Also get stamps too, because that can be considered currency. People are gonna need stamps. If you have them, people are gonna want them. Make sure you also a padlock. Don't get a combination lock before you go in. Because you're gonna need one to secure your shit. No, get 2. Yeah, get 2 padlocks. What else? Alright. I'm trying to wait to see who else is going to join. Let's see. If you didn't already watch my first video, if you're a male, make sure you have your hair cut short, not long, before you go to basic and shit. Make sure you're decently shaved, like shave the night before you head out. Trying to think what else. I ain't gone on made a script or anything of this, so if you can try to get, I know they sell this at the PX. This is basically foot powder in a can. It works tremendously. The little fucking also, before you head out to basic and shit, make sure you have all your family's addresses that you want to send mail to written down. Alright? You're going to need to. Because you're not going to have access to your phone really at all. Maybe once a week. Hello. Interesting last name. I'm not gonna try to say it because I'll end up butchering it probably. But what would you like to know? Or ask on my live stream? Right now, I'm a U.S. Army soldier. Been in military service for about almost 4 years now. I'm a 92 Yankee, which is a supply specialist. I was prior to that, I was a combat engineer, which is a 12 Bravo. I recently came over from reserves. Don't follow me. To active duty. Yeah. Comment what you got questions about. If you're thinking about joining, you can ask me. I post videos. I've been trying to post videos make sure you subscribe to my channel. So, are you thinking about joining, wanting to join, already joined? Alright. Do you mean each paycheck or because okay, so coming from reserve, I was reserves, now I'm active duty. Both from reserves to active, both active duty and reserves, how much you get paid depends on your rank and your time of service. So, starting out a private, like a fuzzy, with no rank at all. So, fuzzy would be this. No rank at all. I'm a specialist. I've been in for like 3 years, so that's how that. So first it depends on your rank. What your rank is depends on how much you get paid, and 2, it depends on how long you've been in. Or yeah, that's what it is. So now with reserves, it's only part-time. So it's 1 week in a month, which is about 2 or 3 days. 2 or 3. I want to say between 2 and 4 days on a weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But it's usually at the end of the week, once a month. You'll get paid for those days. Like I said, it depends on your rank, how much you get paid. But it'll be for those 3 days. Also, you'll get paid when in the reserves for when you have to go for required appointments that they ask you to go to. That'll give you a little bit of pay. Any online training that you need to do, that will give you some pay. And then you'll also, the big check that you'll have in the reserves is your 2 weeks out of the year, which is annually. From my experience, that's always been during the summertime, where you do your annual training. With the reserves, you can also work a civilian job, so you get paid hourly from your civilian job and salary from your military job. You can get a lot of money from, it's at least 200 to 300 every drill that I was getting, at least. But then again, it depends on your rank and time of service. Now, with active duty, yes, you'll get paid a lot more. You'll get active duty pay. And that's, again, depends. How much you get paid depends on your time in service and your rank. Because, say, I'm an E2, I'm a specialist in E4. I've been in for, in total, about enlisted in the Army technically for 3 years, but the active duty has me as 2 years. So there is a pay difference between, on active duty side, from your 2-year mark to your 3-year mark, there's a difference. And from your 3-year to the 4-year mark, there's a difference usually. And then after that, I think it increases every 2 years of service. So yeah. Depending. So you did get salary for reserves and active duty. It's just you don't make as much on the reserve side. Now, active duty side, you get, depending on your situation, because that's another thing, how much you get paid depends on your situation too. It depends if you have any dependents. Mainly if you have any dependents. Because that could give you a little extra money too. Because if you usually have dependents, you'll also have, they'll also give you extra money for housing sometimes too. If you have dependents, or if you're married, basically, or if you have kids. I'm not married. I'm a single soldier, so I don't make as much as say somebody that's the same rank and time in service as me with dependents. I don't make the same as them. But you ain't gotta really pay for coming straight in. You do, but you don't for active duty. You don't pay for food, but you do. It's like $400, but the thing is, you don't see that $400. Like, it's in your, they take it out before you get your paycheck, before your paycheck hits. So there's that. Now, reserves versus active duty. Reserve side, medical insurance, you have to pay out of pocket yourself. Active duty side, technically, no. It's technically free full medical insurance. You get see what else? Hey, also 260 whatever. I forgot to say. Make sure you get at least 2 or 3 pens for black ink pens. Get at least 2 or 3 of them. Hold on. Something like this, pretty basic. I usually get the gel kind because they write better. But like the .7 kind really writes really good. Let's see. And then get you at least 2 or 3 mechanical pencils before going to basic. Because you ain't going to have a pencil sharpener. You're going to need a pencil. At least 2 or 3 of them. But yeah, get you a pen, mechanical pencil for writing shit with. Like medical insurance. I got my three of my wisdom teeth taken out so far, or I got 3 of my wisdom teeth taken out during military service. I didn't pay anything out of pocket. It was free for me. Also, recently I got another tooth taken out or extracted. I didn't pay a cent for it. Especially if you go on, stay on post and do it. They ain't gonna charge you for it. You'll get what's called quarters, basically bed rest for a few days. So what else would y'all like to know? I'm trying to open the floor up for a discussion or whatever. I can't really I'm trying to think of topics to talk about, but I can't think of anything. So if y'all have anything to talk about, let me know. Oh. Yes, you will eat a lot of, at least during basic, you will eat a lot of MREs. There are some good ones, there are some bad ones. Like, some of the worst bad ones are the spinach artichoke shit, the vegetarian shit. MREs, those ain't good. The tuna one's pretty good. That's the only one that you ain't got to use a fucking heater for. But 80% of the time, with the ones that have a heater in them, during basic, you won't have time to use the heater. Or sometimes the heater will fucking not even work or activate. I don't have an MRE with me. But yeah, they're pretty decent. I've had some good ones. Whatever you do when you're basic and shit like that, throw everything in your MRE that you haven't eaten away. Do not try to take it back to the barracks, because that is contraband when you take it back to the barracks. I'll tell you right now, if you want to get MREs or buy MREs, don't get them at the PX post exchange or the base exchange. Get them online in bulk. They're usually cheaper. Oh, I mean, the white bread's okay. Especially, that brings me to one point. There's like 3 types of cheese spreads that they have. The regular one, the jalapeno one, and the bacon one. People, if you get like the bacon one, you're extremely lucky. The bacon and jalapeno ones are pretty good, cheese spread, but be careful how much of the MREs you eat, and because they can give you the back you up quite a bit, if you know what I mean. I ain't gonna say it, but you know what I mean. You should know what I mean. Also, the ones that have there's some that have candy in them. A lot of times the ones that have the Skittles in them, the sour Skittles, are all stuck together. As far as the candy, the Skittles are all stuck together. The one that people tend to try to get the most is the Reese's candy. You'll do a lot of trading sometimes for MRE with MREs. Let's see what else. If y'all want, I can later on, maybe if I'm able to. Oh, good question. No, you cannot chew gum. Well, yes and no. Well, in basic training, no. Or in general, you cannot chew gum because technically you're eating while walking. When you're walking, you can't chew gum while walking. You can't eat while walking. Try to get used to when you're walking before you go. If you enlist, before you go, try to get used to not using your phone while walking. It's another thing. They won't allow it. If you go Army, make sure you know the rank structure, because that is one test that they will have you do. Well, for Army and Air Force, they will have you do a rank structure test. Also, they'll have you do the Soldier's Creed or the Airman's Creed, whichever branch you decide to go into. You'll have to memorize that. You can easily find some two YouTubers that are pretty good for either branch. Matt Ward is good for Army stuff. And then I think his name is Kyle Gott, is good for Air Force stuff. Those are two YouTubers I recommend for military stuff, getting you prepared for basic training. Let's see what else. If you're a smoker, try to wean yourself off before you go in, because they will not allow you to smoke during basic training or chew tobacco during basic training. I mean, you could make Ranger Dip, which is basically coffee grounds and like the wet towelette, and use it as Ranger Dip. You could do that. I've seen people do it. I don't do it myself. but it's a great way to get coffee really quick. Tips and tricks, y'all want to know? I ain't got none. But the little do not eat packets, the blue and white little packets that says do not eat, I would keep, that you get from the MREs, you can keep those and put them in your boots. Keeps out excess moisture most of the time, as long as your boots don't get soaking wet. They work. Put like 1 or 2 do not eat packets in your boot, in each boot, you'll be good. Yeah, the moisture absorber packets. Yeah, that's what I mean. The ones that you'll find like in beef jerky and shit like that, to keep moisture out. Yeah, that shit, it works for your boots. The boots look like this, by the way. So yeah, boots look like that. Also, they'll issue you out tennis shoes. Sometimes they'll let you later down the line get your civilian shoes. Tennis shoes, yeah, to wear for PT. But if you have a pair of civilian shoes, tennis shoes, whatever, try to make sure they're like solid black shoes or don't have a lot of color to them, and they'll work for your running shoes. Also, when you go to basic training, do not pack really any clothes, maybe one set, maybe. But literally, the only clothes that you should take with you is the clothes on your back. Same thing with your shoes. Do not bring any extra shoes. Maybe a pair, just wear a pair of regular tennis shoes that's decent comfortability. So yeah, don't bring a lot of fucking shit. That packing list that every recruiter gives you, don't follow that, because all you really need is a phone, your phone charger, 2 power banks, maybe 1 solar if you can get one. The charging cord for that. 2 bars of soap, toothpaste that's gonna last you about 2 weeks, toothbrush, the small travel size deodorant that'll last you about 2 weeks. If you're a male, enough razors, regular razors, no fucking fancy electric razors, shit like that. You can get enough to last you a couple weeks. Hold on, let me show y'all. So this is my hygiene bag. This is a bag that will get issued to you in basic. I advise you to put your name on it. Also with your boots, or anything that you get issued to you while in basic, put like your initials, like your last name, and then last 4 your social on here, so that way your shit doesn't get mixed up with people's. Like for example, like basically like that. Because if you're not careful and don't have your shit locked up in your locker, your shit will get tossed on the in the bay, and you'll have to find all your shit. Make sure you label all your clothes, like all your uniforms and shit, with a label. Don't bring any playing cards. Let me see. So probably like 2 or 3 of these size toothpaste you could bring. This is what I mean by a razor, a basic razor. I got the ones that have these ones are authorized. They sell these, but it's cheaper to get them at Walmart and shit like that versus the PX. Most of the time. Get like one of these and like a set of cartridges. Probably say at least 4 or 5. No! Do not bring a straight razor. This is the only authorized razor. Or, hold on. These are really the only style of razors that you can have. You don't want to bring a straight razor? No. Do not bring any pocket knives either. That is also not allowed. What else? See, like a travel size deodorant. Something that is not scented. Really at all. Or you can't smell it. Degree is a great brand I've used while in basic. What else? Okay, I found these are the do not eat packets I'm talking about that you could possibly put in your boots to get odor out. Maybe also if you can, get you some Ziploc bags. You'll need them to waterproof your shit. Don't get anything big. Something like, I don't know, probably this size. Don't bring a smartwatch. Have a regular watch with you. Also, another reason why I said to bring you a Ziploc bag, because they'll allow you to have detergent, but it's going to be these pods, like Tide Pods, Gain Pods, whatever. You ain't going to be able to take all this with you. You're going to need maybe like 10 pods, 10 to 20 pods at most when in basic. If you only wash like once a week, when you wash once a week. What else? What would you like to know? Do not bring this to you for a Gerber to basic. Once you get out of basic and AIT, yes, you can use these. Is there any other questions you got, or or any story that you want to hear about? Let's see, what else? Make sure to bring your ID, have your ID, debit card, and then social security card, a little bit of money, I'd say in cash, no more than $30 to $50, no more than that. What they told us to do is write down, let me show you, basically show for record, write down like I don't know what this is called, but I call it the serial number of the money, so that way in case somebody steals your money or whatever and they search through people's stuff, they can easily find that, hey, it belongs to you. Hell, while you're in basic, make you a makeshift calendar. If you can't buy regular calendars while in basic. Also, when you go in basic, if you have any medical allergy or shit like that, you'll get issued a red dog tag along with your 2 other dog tags. Like, a lot of people you'll find a lot of people that's allergic to penicillin. People that you'll hear something called the peanut butter shot. That is a penicillin shot. If you're allergic to penicillin, you won't get it. You won't have to get it. You'll get something else, but it won't be penicillin. Also, when you graduate, at least for Air Force, I don't really remember if we got anything for Army basic training, except our crest, whatever. So, for Air Force, after you graduate basic training, you'll get an Air Force coin, military coin. All these coins look the exact same with the Air Force graduation coin. You'll get that. For Army, once you finish your AIT portion, you'll get issued your MOS crest or Corps crest. Mine originally was engineer, so I got the engineer one. If you're a different MOS, it'll be a different different freaking crest or whatever. For I think infantry, they get like the blue cord or the blue infantry bags, whatever. But yeah. So also another thing, don't expect for military to be like like Call of Duty, because it's not. I mean, there are some similarities, but there are a lot of fucking differences, and you'll pick up on that. With me, it's better after you've been in the military. You'll find it better playing with actual military service members that will play Call of Duty. We play Call of Duty a lot. We love it, especially when we're playing with other military service members. Because yeah, you can do drill. It's great for practicing drills. Hell yeah, it's great for that. Like doing battle tactics and shit like that. Yeah, it's great for that. But everything's no, it's shitty. And then you'll find that watching a lot of military movies, quote unquote, you'll pick up on a lot of shit that's not accurate in Hollywood movies for military, and it's crazy. Like I said, that subliminal brainwashing. What else? I mean, I ain't really sweated at all in COD. That's kind of weird. Just saying. Do you, Jarhead, you sure you don't mean FMJ? Because that's why a lot of people join is watching FMJ. Or maybe Forrest Gump. Which, believe it or not, the drill sergeant, quote unquote, or / actor that played the drill sergeant in Full Metal Jacket was an actual drill sergeant, and they had him play it instead of somebody else. Because he had that experience to do it. It's a pretty good movie for the most part. It does touch on some subjects that are kind of, you'll find out are kind of true. Like people in mental will break down mentally if they're not strong enough. Not gonna lie, there are people that have had wanted to take the permanent nap, or has said they wanted to take the permanent nap. There have been some permanent nap attempts. Self-permanent nap attempts. And then also, when you're in the military, you'll grow. You'll be around people that are from all different all across the world, not just from the U.S. So there will be open diversity. Try to be open-minded on that stuff, because some people are racist, and then some people are discriminatory, There's none of that in the military. That's a zero tolerance. Jarhead, I don't think I've seen it, honestly. I've seen FMJ. I've seen, let's see, seen Forrest Gump. I've seen Top Gun. Top Gun is not a Air Force movie, by the way. It's a Navy movie. I've seen Red Tails. That was pretty good. That's an Army Air Corps movie. But there's quite a few military movies I've seen, but they're not as interesting as they used to be for me because of I've experienced the military, so they're not as interesting to me anymore. I ain't never seen that really, but like I said, I try not to watch military movies anymore because one, I've had family members, especially even after service, people in the military go through a lot of stuff that they can't talk about, or that they don't like talking about. Taking the permanent nap, that's a big issue in the military. It's not some people like talking about it. You don't want people get emotional about it. The permanent nap is just not something to joke around with. I can't say the actual term for it because of YouTube might take down this video, but the permanent nap, where you ain't waking up. Yeah. If you want, you can subscribe to my channel. I got more videos, more military activities, videos, just goofy videos. Fuck. Alright. I do have... Alright, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll try to post more videos if I can. Like I said, I have like at least 200 videos you can watch. But just let me know what y'all want to see. If I can, I'll do it. If not, then I'll try my best to figure something out. But, alright. Yeah, I know. I tried to answer people. I like going live more because I can interact with people better and answer their questions a lot easier than if I record the video prior. But yeah, share it, share the video, share my channel if you want to also. But yeah, alright, I'm getting off here. It's 21:40. I gotta get up, which is 9:40 where I'm at. I gotta get up at 4 in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning. So, alright. If y'all get on after I end this live, just comment, like, subscribe, ask questions, what y'all need, what y'all would like to see, what y'all would like to know. Answer it to my best ability.